Hello everybody. Today this is about the Japanese University entrance exam. The first question here is prove that pi is equal to 3.05 and the calculators are not allowed. Okay, and this is one of famous question from the top university in Japan, Tokyo University. Let's see. I show you two different ways to solve this. The first one is my own solution. Second one is generally accepted solution in Japan. So you see both. Now we know cosine pi over 2 is 0. And what we have to prove is cosine 3.052 is larger than cosine pi over 2 equals 0, right? Okay, why we have to prove this? Because if you look at the cosine, let's see, curve, right? It's going down to 0 at pi over 2, okay? And cosine x, any x value smaller than pi over 2 is going to be in this range, right? So as long as the cosine x is positive, this x should be before pi over 2. It's smaller than pi over 2. So that's why I said this is larger than that. When function is like this, okay, larger x give smaller value, right? And the larger x give a smaller value than this. So this is what we are going to prove. And the simplest way is to use the series. As you know, cos x series is 1 minus x squared over 2 plus x fourth over 4 explanation mark, right? It's repeat this way. And one thing you notice is for kind of x is 3.052. Okay, this is gonna be positive and positive. If you pair two of them, are always positive, and you can partially add for the series which converge. In this case, it's converge. So first two you calculate first, this one, then you add this delta 1, and if necessary add a delta 2, so and so. And without calculator, it takes a little bit of time to calculate. For example, 1.525 times 2 is 2.325, but the 1.425 to the fourth, the 2.325 square, simply square this one, then you get this one, and divided by coefficient, right? So using this number, you calculate the first one, 1 minus 1.1a, so it's going to be negative 0.16, and it's turned into positive when you add the delta 1. And from here on, it's going to be always positive. So this value is positive. That means 3.05 is smaller than pi. Okay, so this is a proof. It's simply using cosine serial number series. And now let's look at what what is generally accepted answer for this question in Japan? Draw n-sided polygon within a circle. Okay. So when you make a 6 circle circumference 2 pi, and that doesn't prove this case 3.0 something, right? We add 2 lines by introducing the midpoint, and you calculate a little bit larger polygon. Then we can tell from here to here is a little bit tricky, but if you do that, we can show this. That means pi is larger than 3.1. So that's a very generally accepted. The Japanese high school, they are not in favor of using a lot of calculus, or instead they like to have more algebraic approach. The algebra give the answer, and you can do that, okay? But that's because the boundary of math the high school student can use for university entrance exam is very well defined. Not necessary. There are some area that you go beyond the high school curriculum, then you are facing to have some point deducted. You're not supposed to use outside of high school boundaries mathematics. That's a kind of strange limitation, but that's what they have. And so they tend to go for solving problem using algebra and the basic calculus. If you push too hard the calculus math theory to the extreme, then it's considered as a beyond the high school solution. Okay? Okay, that's for today.